Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton. It's time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and we do a few reality shows on the side. And one of those daytime TV shows that we do is Bold and the Beautiful. And the Bold and the Beautiful, last week I was talking about how the Bold and Beautiful was named by Soap Opera Digest as the best show, and I told you why I agreed with that and why I kind of disagreed with that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, if it was any of those, if it was any of the three shows, Days of Our Lives, I don't think would have deserved it, just because, and that's my favorite show, so don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that they had a good year for the most part. For the 12 months, they were not that great, but they got better. I mean, they're one of the best shows on the air right now, so maybe next year. But anyways, I'm sorry. Back to the Bold and Beautiful. So here are some things. Here are some reasons why I didn't disagree with it, because it's actually playing out right now. So right now, first of all, God bless Liam Spencer, because he has been front burner like pretty much ever since he started. And that was years ago. So it's usually in some sort of love triangle. And, first it was, Hope and Steffi. And he always chose Hope, FYI. Then it was Steffi and Sally. Well, actually, in between then, it was a triangle with him and Wyatt and Hope. And then it was a triangle with him and Wyatt and Steffi. And then now it's a triangle with him and his father, Bill, and Steffi. So, I'm not super thrilled with the storyline. I feel like, and a lot of it is because he keeps choosing the same girls over and over again, I guess, because, Hope's got issues, because she loves his brother too, and she got pregnant by his brother, blah, blah, blah. And, obviously, Steffi's got a crap ton of issues. So, what kind of irritates me, though, is that Thomas is mentioned all the time, which is great, but they never, ever mention Steffi's twin sister, Phoebe. So that's a little bit annoying. The closest they ever came to mentioning it, or at least lately, has been because Thorne said that both him and Ridge have lost children. So then that makes sense, because, Phoebe died. So that would make perfect sense then. But then she was never mentioned by name. So, it's a little upsetting. And Eric never ever mentions Angela, who is his daughter that died, so ever. So that's kind of upsetting also. Anywho, all right, so it's neither here nor there. So, okay, so yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed that, it's constantly, oh, let me guess, Liam's in the middle of a love triangle. Oh, and let me guess, one of them's pregnant, which is Steffi in this case. And in this case, she doesn't know who the father is, if it's Liam or Bill. And before Steffi was pregnant, last time, that she stopped his wedding to Hope because she was pregnant, and he ended up doing what was right for the child, which actually didn't end up getting born because she got on the motorcycle and then got in a car accident, and then she lost the baby. So it just feels like, that's why I love, now don't get me wrong, there are times when Liam has storylines that has nothing to do with that. For example, when he took over Spencer. Now, granted, it was sort of tied into Sally, but not, it had been building for quite some time. And it was, I loved that. I loved the scene where he was confronting his father. Because now it just seems like he's going right back to being Liam the Drip, and it's a little annoying. I liked Liam when he had like some balls and was standing up. Now, he broke a few rules, and you learn from things like that. But I'm not super thrilled about it, One thing that I do enjoy, though, is that it's giving, and it might be early, and I might be reading too much into this because I have been known to do that. But I think that it's actually going to be giving Nicole and Maya something to do, which is good. because ever since Lizzie's been born, they've just been all baby, 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 and that's pretty much it. One thing I've never understood, and we did see a scene where it kind of makes sense, or at least it's hopefully going in that direction, is that Thorne should be teaming up with Rick. They both hate Ridge. They both want Ridge out of the company. So I don't understand why, first of all, I don't know why Rick never teamed up with Quinn back when Quinn was the CEO, temporarily while her husband took some time or was in the hospital. I don't know why Rick didn't team up with her to get Ridge out then. I mean, that would have been his opportunity because they hadn't kissed yet, so she was all very anti-Ridge. It would have made perfect sense. So that I felt was a missed opportunity. But hopefully, they did have a scene where they were bonding over their mutual hatred of Ridge. So, I mean, I don't know about hatred, but their ill will towards their brother. So that was good. That was good that they. Hopefully, we will see a team up happening between the two of them. Teaming up to take Ridge down. Especially if they can easily. First of all, they can easily knock Steffi out of the CEO chair because that's not going to be that difficult. She is a mess. She is an emotional, dramatic mess. They could take her out easy, and then they would. I mean, so then you got one down, and then you work on getting Ridge out, and that's your second. I mean, that's makes sense, right? So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that plays out. One scene that I really, really enjoyed, and I know it's going to sound crazy because it really wasn't that much, but it just goes to show you that you don't need to have, explosions and people dying and, screaming, to have a good scene. And it was a scene between Brooke and Katie. And it was the scene where Katie confesses that she's been dating Wyatt. And it was so beautifully done. It was great because there was no dramatic reveal that she was dating Wyatt. She just said, FYI, I've been dating Wyatt, and it happens. And she told her how it all happened, and she's like, the sex is fantastic, it's off the charts, great, but that's not why we're together. And I'm sorry, I just loved that scene. I thought it was. I think the show needs more of that because, and I understand it's kind of difficult because they want to keep. Everyone's got a short attention span nowadays, and they want to keep people's attention, and it's kind of difficult to do when you only have a half an hour to do it, and you got to pretty much pack your show full of all of those things that I had mentioned earlier. Like explosions and people dying and people screaming at each other and tears and there's a lot of that on Bold and Beautiful, and for the most part, I mean, it's not that bad, but I do enjoy the slower moments. Now, some people don't enjoy the comedy that's in Bold and Beautiful. Personally, I would like to see more comedy, but that's just me. But just because I think life is funny, so many times, But but that might be why some people don't like the comedy because life is funny enough. I would like to see some drama. That's going to just boil down to different strokes for different folks, I suppose. But yeah, I really did enjoy the scene with Katie and Brooke. I thought it was fantastic. I really loved it a lot. We didn't see too much of the Spectre gang, and maybe that's by design. Maybe they now that Liam is focusing on Steffi, he's not going to be focusing as much on Sally, and that's fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind a pause in the Liam Sally scenes because I know Hope is coming back, and so I can't wait to see how that happens and what's going to happen because that it doesn't spell good news for Sally, but at least for Steffi, at least they'll have that interesting quadrangle because they'll throw her into the mix. But there's plenty for Sally to do otherwise. Like, I would like to see the rebuild of Spectre Fashions. Like, I want to see Sally find her new building. I want to see Sally build her new office. I want to see her designing her new line. I want to see, her, working, because you don't need a man to be fulfilled. Brooke Logan. FYI, Brooke just recently said yes to Ridge, who proposed again. We'll see if they actually make it to the altar or not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Angel Benton. You can hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk about the Bold and Beautiful, or you can also hashtag Pump Rules to talk Vanderpump Rules. I'm doing that next. And you can hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel to get my YouTube videos sent to your email inbox every single day. Alrighty, everyone, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.